Here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo! And a little point afterwards.
Pause for a moment, because this story isn't just another flashy sports headline. It signals a deliberate shift in power within the world of basketball broadcasting. NBC is bringing back the iconic Sunday night basketball broadcast. And instead of playing it safe with familiar faces, the network made a bold move. They placed Caitlin Clark right in the center of the spotlight, seated at the main desk during a broadcast from Madison Square Garden as the Los Angeles Lakers battled the New York Knicks under some of the brightest lights in professional sports. It was a night packed with star power. The Lakers and Knicks were the main event, though LeBron James remained sidelined once again, rather than taking the floor. Still, the atmosphere inside the Garden was electric. Yet the most fascinating storyline wasn't happening on the court. It was unfolding at the broadcast desk. Clark wasn't there as a quick guest appearance or a halftime novelty. Instead, she was positioned alongside respected Hall of Fame voices in basketball, stepping confidently into a prominent analyst role. That placement carried a message far bigger than a simple guest segment. NBC's decision suggested that the network is not merely reviving a beloved broadcast tradition, it's reshaping who gets to lead the conversation about the sport. Behind the scenes, the strategy is remarkably calculated. Networks like NBC are facing a challenge across the sports media landscape. The loyal viewers who built traditional pregame shows into must-watch television decades ago are still watching, but that audience is aging. At the same time, a new generation of fans consume sports in a completely different way, through social media clips, smartphone highlights, and viral moments shared across platforms. For these younger viewers, slick graphics and nostalgic theme music are no longer enough to pull them in. What grabs their attention is personality. They connect with individuals more than formats. And right now, few athletes command attention like Caitlin Clark. Over the past 2 years, Clark has transformed the attention surrounding basketball in ways few expected. While playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball, she turned routine college games into nationally watched events. Along the way, she shattered scoring records that had stood untouched for decades. Achievements many believed might never be broken.
University of Iowa guard Caitlin Clark, smashing records and captivating fans across the nation.
By the time her college career reached its dramatic finale, Clark had already helped push the NCAA women's basketball tournament to unprecedented heights. During her final run, the tournament became the most-watched basketball event in America, outperforming even the men's competition in television viewership. Suddenly, women's college basketball was commanding the kind of national attention rarely seen before. The momentum only intensified when Clark declared for the WNBA draft. What had historically been a niche league event suddenly turned into primetime entertainment. Fans and media outlets across the country tuned in, eager to see where the rising superstar would begin her professional career. When she finally stepped onto the court as a rookie with the Indiana Fever, the impact was immediate. Attendance at arenas surged dramatically. Television ratings for games featuring Clark skyrocketed, in some cases climbing several 100% higher than the league's previous averages. Her jerseys and merchandise flew off shelves faster than retailers could restock them. Clark didn't simply boost interest in the league, she fundamentally altered its visibility. And perhaps the most remarkable part of her popularity is how far it extends beyond the traditional fan base of women's basketball. Her supporters come from every corner of the sports world. NBA fans follow her games, college football viewers know her highlights, and even casual observers who rarely watch sports can recognize her name. That level of cultural reach is rare for any athlete. NBC recognized that power early on. During Clark's college career, the network witnessed firsthand how strong her draw could be. When one of her record-setting performances aired exclusively behind the Peacock pay, thousands of viewers signed up for the streaming platform just to watch her play. For a college athlete to inspire that kind of subscription surge is almost unheard of. It demonstrated that Clark isn't just popular, she can move audiences in ways that reshape the business side of sports media. So when NBC began planning its massive NBA broadcast relaunch, choosing Clark as a central figure wasn't really a debate. From a business perspective, the decision made perfect sense. The network carefully designed every detail of her introduction to the broadcast world. When the night finally arrived, it was clear that NBC had planned the moment with remarkable precision. Clark's debut took place on February 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern, live from Madison Square Garden, just before the Lakers and Knicks tipped off at 7. NBC didn't quietly ease her into the role with a low-profile broadcast. Instead, they threw her straight into one of basketball's most iconic stages, the arena often called the Mecca of the sport. There was also added intrigue surrounding the possibility that LeBron James could be making one of his final appearances at MSG while wearing a Lakers jersey.
LeBron James has an emotional trip back home. The Los Angeles Lakers player tears up while facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The night itself was packed with storylines. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks were fighting for playoff positioning and home court advantage, while ticket prices soared past $1,000 for courtside seats. The energy surrounding the game made it clear that this wasn't a casual debut for Clark. It was a bold statement. NBC clearly wanted the launch to feel monumental. The network assembled an impressive lineup of legendary figures to mark the occasion. Legendary broadcaster Bob Costas was present, adding a familiar voice from sports television history. Even more surprising was the appearance of Michael Jordan as a special contributor during the broadcast. That moment alone signaled how seriously NBC was treating the relaunch. Sharing the broadcast stage with Jordan instantly placed Clark among some of the most recognizable figures in basketball history. The network's return to NBA coverage is a significant moment in itself. NBC last aired an NBA game during the 2002 NBA Finals. After more than 20 years away from the league, the network regained broadcast rights as part of the NBA's massive 11-year, $76 billion media deal. For NBC, this comeback marks one of its most important sports projects in decades. And when the network finally returned to NBA broadcasting after such a long absence, it chose Caitlin Clark as one of the faces helping usher in the new era. Clark took her seat at the Basketball Night in America desk alongside host Maria Taylor, signaling a fresh direction for the network's coverage, one that blends legendary voices with the rising stars shaping the future of the game.
It took place in December of 2026. Caitlin, I'm just curious because you said that this moment right now is one of the biggest moments the WNBA has ever seen.